Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here once again. Today we've got another tutorial from my beloved Aerosmith, because today we're going to show you guys how to play the band's classic Walkin' the Dog, the closing track from their debut album. A cover, actually, of the 1963 original by American R&B / bluesman Rufus Thomas. That's it. Aerosmith pretty much made this one their own, and it's always been a favorite amongst their many fans, including myself. No solos in this one to speak of, so this tutorial shouldn't take very long, 8 to 10 minutes I suppose, front to back. Let's close in and get started, shall we? Alright then, Walkin' the Dog, Joe Perry, Brad Whitford, and Aerosmith from the band's debut album. We are in standard tuning for this one, and this one has one of those big bombastic openings, right? Just a lot of E power chords, and we're going to be going off to a bar here on the 7th fret a couple of times as well. So it starts like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, repeat. Da, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to hit this E power chord and drop it off to a bar on the 7th fret. Kind of like that, very dissonant kind of chord, right? And then we're going to hit that bar and back into E. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, repeat. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Back into E, right? And then finally we're going to go off to that bar and then let it ring. And that's the big bombastic opening that this one has, just this E off to that bar, right? And then we're into the main riff of this one. It's two guitars going on here. They're both playing something different, kind of in harmony and kind of not. This is what Joe is playing. Right, repeating that progression twice. So starting with 2 open E strings, then you're going to grab the first fret of the A, slide it into 2, and then grab the open D, and then 2 of the A off to open, and grab the 3rd fret of the low E. And you're going to repeat that 3 times. And then we're going to drop into this. We're going to grab this E note here at the 2nd fret of the D string, hit it 4 times with a mute before each pick strike. Off to open D and back on again, right? And then you're going to repeat that whole progression twice. And at this point the vocals would come in, and we're just going to continue playing that without these. Right, those are just at the beginning. We're going to continue playing that little progression 6 times. However, the 4th and 6th time, there's going to be a little variation. That's 2. He's going to do a little pull-off from 2 off to open and then hang on that 3rd fret. Kind of like that, right? And he's going to do that on the 4th and 6th repeat of this little riff. And then just before the chorus and silence, or actually when Steven says she broke the needle, now she can't sew, just going to grab that 2nd fret of the D string, bump, hit it, choke it off, right? That's Joe's part. Now Brad is doing kind of a harmony to that right here. Double open E's to start it, same as Joe, sliding into the 7 of the low E down to the 5 of the D, and then 7 off to 5 of the A up to 7 of the low E, repeating 3 times. Now while Joe is doing this, Brad is doing this. So he's jumping up to the 10th fret of the A string and descending that chromatically back to 9, back to 8, back to 7 before going off to 5. With a mute before each pick strike. And then a very quick 5, 6, 7, right? And then repeating. And then during the first verse, Brad is just going to play that lick 6 times. That right there. Right? And so what we're going to do here is we're going to squash both of those guitar parts together into one, because you don't have 4 hands, right? And maybe you have 2 guitar players. If you have 2 guitar players, great. But if you want to play this on one guitar, Brad's parts are the more prominent parts, I find, in this. So we're going to kind of play Brad's part, but with a couple of notes from Joe, kind of like this. So we're going to play Brad's part, but when we get down to that 5 of the D, we're going to grab the 5 of the A as well and catch them on the upstroke, a little double stop, right? Like that. And we're going to do Joe's 4th and 6th thing. A little pull off from 2 to open, grabbing that 3, right? So kind of like this. Right? So that's what I would play if I were to play this on one guitar. And during the opening riff, I would play this part, right? Because it's more prominent than this. And I would probably play Brad's part as well, because like I said, that part is a bit more prominent than this. And so anyway, coming off that note, bam! 2nd fret of the D string, we're into the chorus where he says, she broke the needle, now she can't sew. So we're going to drop into an A power chord here. We're just playing a blues progression along with the open A. On the D string, we're going to go 2, 4, 5, 4, 2, 4. Right, just letting those notes ring together. Then we're going to move it up to E, do the exact same thing. We're going to drop into B for 1 bar, off to A for 1 bar, play the blues, and then finally E power chord, choke it off, right? Into B, 1 bar, off to A for 1 bar, play the blues. And then we're going to do 2 bars of mutes, just lightly holding the strings with that kind of rhythm, right? And then we're into the 2nd verse. Same as first. Three, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, A. A, play the blues, mutes. Now at this point leading into the bridge, we're going to do the mutes for 4 full bars. Right, and then we're into the bridge. Now Joe's not doing a whole lot here during the bridge. He's just grabbing little double stops here on the 12s of the D and the G, every bar or so, and just letting them ring, right? Not a whole lot going on there. Maybe Brad's doing that and Joe's doing something else, but vice versa. So this is the main rhythm guitar of the bridge, though. We're going to repeat that 8 times. E power chords twice. Then we're going to slide into 5 of the D, off to 4, off to 2, and then 5 off to 2 of the A, and repeat that 8 times. That's 4, repeat it 4 more times. Then we're going to drop it into A, do the exact same thing twice. Now we're doing that on the D and the G string, right? And then you're going to drop into B for a bar, and then off to A, ba-da-da, and then choke it off. Hit that A 3 times, ba-da-da, and then we're into the 3rd verse. 3rd verse, same as all the other verses. Now, at this point, we're going to drop into the chorus again. We're going to drop into that A blues progression, right? But we're going to repeat it for 2 bars. Then off to E for 2 bars. Down to B, A. Now Now we're not going to go into the mutes at this point. We're going to drop into a variation on the opening riff. We're getting into the outro of the song here. So we're going to drop into that lick again. Right, same as we were playing before. And then we're going to go up to that 10 again. Chromatically ride it back to 7. But you're going to choke it off on that 7, right? A very quick 5-7 of the low E. Back into B again, right? Off to A. Finally off to E. So you repeat that little outro progression twice, right? Ba-da-dum, ba-dum. Again. Ba-da-dum, ba-dum. And then finally off to E. End of track. That, my friends, is how you play Walkin' the Dog by Aerosmith. Certainly hope you enjoyed that, found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind. Hope you're well out there, and we'll see you next time, yeah? Cheers.